Hi, I'm Joyce, the Energy Lady. I have a different kind of conversation today. I'm going to talk about being a good neighbor. Um, this is not a State Farm commercial. This is literally just me being a good neighbor. And you could call it karma. You could call it good energy. But I've always had good neighbors everywhere I have lived. I've had really good neighbors, very caring neighbors. And I had to share a cool story with you that I told you I got a new bike, and our neighbors who we kayak with, they're just a couple doors over, they got themselves new bikes. They let me ride their bike. I loved it. And he found a bike 2 hours away in Tucson that somebody was selling, like brand new. And it was like theirs. And he showed it to me and I said, I have zero time for a whole week to get down to Tucson. And while I was teaching a class a couple weeks ago on a Saturday, he drove down there and got that bike for me and put it in my garage. We do have each other's garage codes because we are friends. Anyway, I came home to find that bike in my garage and was so excited. I had no idea he'd gone to pick that bike up for me. So that is really an awesome neighbor, don't you think? Another neighbor on the other side of me, 15, 20 years ago, I can't remember how long now. I took care of my mother for about 5 years after her stroke. And she wanted her teeth taken out one day, and she called me and I said, I'm not gonna be home for a couple hours. She said, I really want them out and I can't get them out. And I said, well, please wait. Well, unbeknownst to me, she also had the neighbor's phone number. She called our neighbor and asked her to come over and help her. And our neighbor did. Our neighbor came over and helped her get her teeth out and helped her get comfortable in bed. Our neighbors across the street needed someone to watch their chickens while they were out of town. So they brought them over, all 8 of their chickens, to my backyard. And I got to babysit chickens last week for 10 days. And it was actually really fun. I quite enjoyed them. The things that we do for our neighbors, that's what creates an energy and an atmosphere around you that is a happy atmosphere, a welcoming atmosphere. None of my neighbors, we don't ever complain about each other at all. There is no complaining, there is no gossiping. It is, another neighbor on the left of me, when my daughter got married 10 years ago, he has like a smoker pit and he smoked all the meat for that wedding for me. And so I'm just saying kindness goes a long ways. So if you have neighbors that are not kind or you are uncomfortable with, do something kind for them. Because I cook and because I love to cook, well, guess what? All my neighbors get my leftovers because I always cook way too much. And especially now when there's no children at home. So I'm always sharing food. That is just what I do. And so if there's some way that you can create an energy, it is in giving that you receive. Can you create a loving, caring, inviting energy with your neighbors? Then they're going to shift. So your energy is going to be reflected on those around you. So if you're wanting to create a good, happy energy in your neighborhood, then you're going to want to do something with your energy that they're going to be attracted to, that they're going to want to be around. And so look for ways that you can be a good neighbor. I'm not saying you have to go buy the bike. I mean, I did pay my neighbor for the bike, but he went and bought it and went the trek down there 2 hours away. So do something to be a good neighbor today, whether that puts some flowers on their doorstep, make them some cookies, whatever it might be. But do something that will create an energy of joy and happiness and inviting around you, and watch as things start to unfold. I had forgotten, but years and years ago, like we've been in this house 22 years, we decided twice a year to have a neighborhood barbecue out in the middle of the street. And I think it was a couple of us who created that. And we now have one every Halloween. But it's just where all the neighbors get together and catch up and talk about things. Because we're not ones that sit out on our porches, none of us. Everybody works and they're busy. So let's get together at least once a year and do that. And so every November, we have a cotton candy party. We invite the whole neighborhood and all their friends and everyone to come and have free cotton candy. And that's been a really fun tradition we've carried on for like 45 years. So or 40 years. Anyway, look for ways to be a good neighbor. And if you have a story of your own, please share it with me. I'd love to hear how you have been a good neighbor or you have great neighbors. So take care. Have a great day.